Okay.
Hi Tony, my name's Sheila.
Hi Sheila, how are you, alright?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, my instructor has gone playing golf again.
Yeah, it's lucky for Sam, isn't it?
Like
He's always playing golf.
His name is Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said to me, because I got my test next week, that we're just going to have a look at this progress, hesitancy and normal road positioning.
Good, okay. We'll deal with that today.
Alright.
So what do you understand by progress?
Oh, getting on with it. Being business-like.
Yeah, it's if the speed limit is 40 miles an hour, what speed are you going to be doing?
Oh, if it's say 40 mile an hour.
Yeah, and why is that? What if it was 40 and you were doing 20 miles an hour?
Well, might be forcing people behind me to overtake, wouldn't I?
Exactly. And what do you know about hesitancy? What do you understand about that?
It means at junctions and that, and roundabouts I'm not going when I should do.
Yeah.
Or I think my instructor said it's either lack of judgment or lack of preparation.
Yeah.
In the early stages, I used to not be prepared at traffic lights. I was a bit slow at getting away. But I think I've sorted that now.
A bit worried. Okay, and what's your normal road positioning? How far away from the curb should you be? Or say, take this road for example, you're driving along, where would you be positioning yourself?
About a metre from the curb.
Excellent. Okay, I think the best thing then is just to get on with it and see what you can do. If we have any problems, we'll iron them out.
Okay.
Okay. So if you'd like to set yourself up and start with your setup, so start the car in your normal way, carry on as normal.
And we're going to turn left.
And we're going to take the next turn left, please.
I'll have to just pull over. I forgot to set my mirrors up.
Oh. First time I've not done that. Sorry, Tony, can you set your mirrors up, please? What can you see?
Oh, I can see the top and bottom of the back window, the edge of my headrest, the edge of yours. 10% car and the rest down the road. And the same with this mirror.
Good, okay, I'm happy with that now.
Sorry about that.
That's right, my fault, I should have checked. Down here now.
I'll keep it to about 10.
About 2. It's a clear road, you'd be alright with about 20.
And we're going to turn left at the end of the road.
At the end of the road, we're going to be turning left. You're going too slow, what will be the consequences?
I don't really know.
Well, if you're going too slow down the road and it's quite clear as that one was, you might get a car overtake you. He's thinking, I'll get a move on, so he'll try and overtake you, and then if there's a car turning in or turning out the driveway, they could hit them.
Oh, right, yeah.
So do your speed in the distance you can see to be clear.
Oh, right, yeah.
I mean, if there were cars parked on either side, then you were doing the perfect speed for that. Less space, more speed. Less space, less speed. If it's quite clear, you can see.
Yeah, I just don't want to be a boy racer.
Oh no, you wouldn't be a boy racer. Not doing 20 miles an hour. You know, you get speed bumps in the road.
Yeah.
You do 20 miles an hour with them. So that would have been a good speed for that road. What does that sign mean there?
Oh. National speed limit, 60 mile an hour.
Yeah, so what speed are you going to be doing?
I'll stick around 35. I like being definitely Sunday drives.
Okay, and what would be the consequences of you doing 30 in a 60 mile an hour road?
Don't know.
Somebody could overtake us, couldn't they? Because you're going too slow. So get to 60. I used to be in 60 by that road sign up there. Obviously it depends on the road conditions. If it's raining, wintry conditions, or there's bends in the road, then you wouldn't do 60. But on a dry conditions like this. A bit, your road position should be here, Tony.
Spot at the moment.
Is it? Sorry, I thought you were a bit close to the curve there. So how do you know that you're in the correct position? It's like centre of the road.
I don't have any problems with my road position.
What's the speed limit now?
30.
Okay. So what speed should you be doing?
30.
Yeah. Need to be. When do we get round this corner? Right, I want you to be doing 30 now.
I'm doing 30.
Yeah, sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. Move over to the left, Tony, because you're on the other side of the road. So your normal road position should be centre of the road. What's the consequences of being on the other side of the road there?
No, not really.
Well, that car was just coming up. If you were on the wrong side of the road, you could have hit him. He could have hit you.
Alright.
Do you know how to judge that you're in the correct road position?
Nah, I'll just wing it.
Do you notice that there's looks like track lanes in the middle of the road here, where the wear and tear of the tyres on the road? So you've got a darker bit in the middle and lighter bits either side. Do you notice that?
Yeah, the sun's in my eyes, I can't really see it.
Okay. If you look ahead, can you see the darkness in the middle of the road there?
Yeah.
If you keep that in the middle of the car, then you know you're in the middle of the road.
Yeah, the area I live in, the roads have just been all tarmac. We haven't got these.
All right.
Now we're going to turn left.
Turn left at the roundabout, please. Another way is you can glance into your left and right hand door mirror, get equal distance either side. And do you have a reference point for being left of centre, so you know you're not going to go over the line?
Oh yeah, it's over there.
Point taken. Left of centre would be over there, actually. Oh, I can feel a bollocking coming on.
And straight up.
Straight again, please.
So I check this right hand door mirror and that left hand door mirror. And that should be an equal distance, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it lines up with them travel lines now.
Yeah, can you see them now?
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got parked cars now, so that you need to
Yeah, I think I've got the right position now.
I'll just watch you and see how you go on that.
Right. And at the roundabout, we're going to turn right.
Roundabout and be turning right. Please turn. Right. You stop there when it's clear to go. That AA van was quite way back there. So do you have a way of judging that it's clear to go? So you give way to the right.
Now we're going to follow the road straight.
Follow the road straight, please. Come to the next roundabout, we'll talk you through that. So you're quite hesitant there, roundabout.
Yeah, what did I do wrong?
Well, the road, it was clear because you give way to the traffic coming from the right, and that AA van was the only vehicle that was coming from the right, and it was quite way back, so you had time to go.
I did actually see it was clear, but I had to get my first gear, didn't I? And by the time I got my first gear, it was
But you'll find, because the cars to your left will be waiting for you, because they have to give way to the right. It's like now, sorry, I said I'd stop you at the roundabout, but you were clear to go there. You'll find once you're coming up to a roundabout, a mini one like that one, if you just ease off the brake and just check into to the right, if there's nothing coming, you're clear to go, so you can carry on going. On a major roundabout, if there's nothing coming from your right, then you can go, because the cars from your left will be waiting for you. Or you can actually judge, you see if the cars, if you imagine the roundabout's a clock, and if you look to 12 o'clock, you can see what's happening
at the roundabout. We're going to turn right.
So on this roundabout, we're going to turn right. So as we approach the roundabout, I want you to look to your right and tell me, would you go before or after this black car?
Oh, before, yeah.
Yeah, you've got time to do that. Good, much better. So that way you're not holding people up. The idea of roundabout is for smooth traffic control.
Right.
And obviously if something was coming, you would wait for them. But if it is clear and you have time,
now we're going to follow the road straight.
And we're going to follow the road straight, please, Tony. This is a mini roundabout, so as you approach, I want you to scan to the right. You are going to have to stop, so into your normal routine. And as you approach, look to the right. Is it clear?
Oh, yeah.
Then you're clear to go. Quite slow once the lights change, Tony. If the lights have been red for a while, if you get yourself prepared, ready to move, and you won't have that delay when the lights change.
What do you mean by get myself prepared?
Into first gear, ready to move.
Alright.
Especially if you're the first 3 cars at traffic lights. Same as now the zebra crossing. The zebra crossing was clear, so there was no need to slow down as much, because you just hold the traffic up from behind. Does that make sense?
So the reason why I was slow away from the pedestrian lights back there was that I was in neutral instead of in first gear, yeah?
Yeah, if you get... It's okay to be in neutral and handbrake on in neutral, but the traffic lights, you have to plan ahead. The traffic lights have been red for a while, so they were going to change.
Pedestrian lights.
Pedestrian lights, sorry. They were going to change. So if you get yourself prepared, ready into first gear, and ready to move, then you're prepared. So when they do change and the traffic starts moving, you move, take next to on the right, you start moving with it. Otherwise, you're going to hold people up behind, and there's a chance they may overtake you.
Yeah, so I should be in first gear. Is that what you're saying?
In first gear, ready to move, yes.
So is that... Because I wasn't in first gear, is that what delayed me getting away, yeah?
I'm not sure.
Well, okay, let's look at what hesitancy is. It's either lack of judgment or lack of what?
Confidence.
No, preparation.
Preparation.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So if I slip into one now, I'm prepared, haven't I?
Yeah.
So, what would lack of preparation mean?
Not being ready to move.
In plain English terms, talking to an idiot like me, what would lack of preparation be that would cause me to be hesitant getting away?
Not being in first gear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's lack of judgment or lack of preparation, yeah?
Yeah.
If I'm not prepared to go, even though it's only a second or two, it means that I'm going to be slow away, yeah?
Yeah. It's all about forward planning and awareness.
Yeah, if you look at hesitancy as either going to be lack of preparation or lack of judgment, yeah?
Right.
And we'll turn right.
And we're turning right here, please.
So as we came up to the roundabout, you were talking about the face of the clock. And you told me to look early. That improved my judgment, didn't it?
Yeah.
And helped me to work my judgment.
Yeah.
But then what I was playing around with was my lack of preparation.
Right.
And I'd done that right pretty much from the beginning of the hesitancy stage. I was coming up and stopping in the gear I was in, and then going into first gear afterwards.
Right. So if you scanned to the right and it was clear, you could have stayed in second gear and carried on. Just bring your speed down.
Yeah, but then with the pedestrian lights, I came up and had a couple of cars in front of me. I stopped, I put the handbrake on, I went into neutral.
Yeah.
And they were all gone, and there was me sitting there finding first gear and letting the handbrake down there.
Yeah.
So that was lack of preparation.
Yeah. So if you'd approached, gone into first gear ready to go, rather than into handbrake neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could have been first gear ready to go, handbrake on.
Yeah. Well, in that case, I didn't actually even need the handbrake, did I?
No, because they were starting to move as we approached.
Now we're going to turn left.
And we turn left into this road. Was that hesitancy there?
You wanted me to go earlier, did you?
No. No, I weren't sure if you were being hesitant or not because they'd crossed the zebra, but you still hadn't started to move or prepared to move. So I don't know if you were making a mistake there or not.
No.
No? Well, it's just
What, you wanted me to go while they're actually on the zebra?
No.
I went as soon as they moved up the zebra, didn't I?
No, you sort of waited. This is why I've got to look. This is why I'm asking you because I've got to look out for this. You know, I don't want to. If that's how the SE's driving, but was he being hesitant? So
no, I wasn't being hesitant. No.
You weren't. Okay. So you ready? Prepared yourself, Tony, in first gear, ready to go?
Oh, you need to be in first gear, don't I?
Yeah, because his lights are going to change soon. Good, much better. You don't hold people up behind him. Just start cursing him. And if there was somebody running for the lights, they may have thought you were going to wait for them as well.
Right. Oh, people are so impatient, aren't they?
Oh, there he is.
Now we're going to turn left.
Then we're going to turn left and roundabout, yes. So when are you going to go?
I'm going to go now.
Good. Well done.
So it's the judgment side of it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy now with your judgment. You've got a lot better on the roundabouts now. You're looking and getting, and your judgment seems to have improved.
What about my preparation?
And your preparation's a lot better now. So I'm happy with that. I'll hand them over to you, but I will keep an eye on you. So what distance should you be behind this car in front? Do you know about the 2-second rule?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
No, it's nothing to do with nothing to do with this then, road position.
And we're going to turn right. No, sorry, not this turning to the right, the next turning to the right.
Take the next turn on the right.
If I knew what I was talking about, I'd charge you for this lesson.
And half a brain would be dangerous.
Yeah. Look, I do the jokes around here, alright?
Hey?
I do the jokes around here.
Met your match. Who was it? I can't remember who it was on the forum was saying, watched the videos, it might have been Kenny actually, said whoever weren't throwing in as many, as much humour or something as you usually do. Something like that.
Who was you referring to?
Referring to you and watching me on the vid.
Yeah.
Like you're giving me an easy time of it, basically you haven't been throwing as much comments in as you normally do, like humorous comments.
What, on the videos last week?
Yeah. I can't remember word for word what you said, but it was something like that. You basically giving me an easy time. You know, anyone else should have been giving them a harder time with your humour, you know, not the work itself.
Now we're going to turn right.
I'm going to take next turn on the right this time.
Well, somebody did comment that they were a bit disappointed that the trunk monkey didn't make an appearance.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Sorry?
What's all that all about?
Well, if you don't read the forum, I'm not going to explain it to you.
Yeah, it must be an old thing. I don't know what trunk monkey.
What, you don't even know about my tag?
No.
Well, you just need to spend a bit more time on the forum, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Now we're going to turn left.
I'm going to take next turn on the left, please. Yeah, my bloody test coming up.
Yeah.
There's always a trunk monkey.
Oh, it's a joke. I'll actually I'll email it to you later on.
Okay. So would they be, hesitant at junctions as well, wouldn't they? They could be hesitant at junctions, and that's where you've got the walk across, drive across judgment rule.
Yeah, they will tend to use roundabouts because roundabouts are quite easy to play around with hesitancy without holding traffic up, yeah? And we're going to turn left.
And we're going to take the next turn on the left, please. Oh, I know this place.
And okay, you can relax in the nose, come on. Do one of my great reverse parks.
Yeah.
Right, just have a quick chat about the little bit on progress, hesitancy and normal road positioning. We'll start off with the you nailed it quite well with me going too slow. I was going way too slow, and you gave me all the reasons and the becauses and the consequences and everything. And then I came out and we turned left, and then I came to the national speed limit, and you should have been concentrating on getting me up to the speed limit and then start going into the...
As soon as I said it, I thought that. You could have said control first, then...
Well, you could have backed off straight away and just realised that... Lord help me to keep my mouth shut until I know what I'm talking about, yeah? I'm only joking. Yeah, what you needed to do, because there was cars behind me, was get me moving up to 60 mile an hour, or 50 mile an hour, 55, and then...
Yeah.
Go into the reasons why it's I'm being a pain in the backside by going so slow, yeah? Then you went into road positioning for some reason.
I felt you were too close to the curb. But you obviously weren't.
No. I hadn't touched the road positioning at that point, yeah?
Yeah.
You were still dealing with the speed fault. I wouldn't start playing around with the road positioning at that point.
Would they do that?
There was no reason to. I mean, if they're going to play around with the road positioning, it's either going to be too close to the left or too close to the right, and it's going to be very obvious. And I don't know why you actually started picking on that at that stage.
Because I thought that's what you were doing. I thought you was purposely going too close to the left because of the road, you know. Because of the subject.
Well, you mentioned to me when I did actually get my road positioning wrong. You mentioned the tram lines. I mean, you can use the tram lines where you're sitting as well, yeah. I mean, obviously, I will watch the video back and I hope I don't find that I was too close to the left. No, I wasn't too close to the left.
I was only sitting there going, oh. No, it was a very narrow road, and I just felt it was. I remember just a bad passenger. But I wasn't sure, because we were sort of still dealing with the speed thing, whether or not you would have thrown that in as well, because obviously I don't know what they'd do.
No, when I start getting the road, if the SE is going to play with the road position, you will notice it. It's not going to be a slight little...
It'll be like you did. like that, over the line. Oh,
Yeah.
the reference thing when you put
Yeah.
it like this.
Yeah, let's finish one thing at a time. Obviously come to the reference point. Why did you go down that road after you know you shouldn't have done? And I know you shouldn't have done because we've covered this subject off video before. What made you go with that?
What, left of centre?
Now, what made you go with, have you got a reference point?
For being left of centre? Because you went over the line?
Now, listen to my question. Why did you fall into the trap of going, have you got a reference point? What did I do when you said that to me?
You went like that.
And what happened to the steering?
It went over.
Yeah, and are you surprised?
No, because, well, if it's nothing to do with the PST, then...
It is to do with the PST.
Because you went over the line...
I went over the line, yeah.
So there's obviously a reason why you went over the line.
And then you started to work on how I correct that. Okay, you use the tram lines, good one to use, yeah. You use the look well ahead. That didn't work because obviously I'm looking to see if you've got anything else to help me with. And then you had to go at the mirrors. And then we came up to the roundabout and I turned left. And then for some reason you chucked in, have you got a reference point? If you're gonna ask that question, and I don't recommend you do ask that question on the move.
Well, I wouldn't now after you did that.
Well, I thought you did that anyway.
Oh, you don't mention reference points on the move.
It is possible to mention a reference point on the move, but you have to cover your backside by saying, I don't want you to take your hands off the wheel and don't point. But I wouldn't even go there. If he doesn't go with the tram lines or check the left mirror, check the right mirror, equal distance from the curb and the white line, look well ahead. If he doesn't go with them, then he is probably looking for a reference point. So what I would say, because it's my attempt at par 3, I would say if we can find a quiet road where we can stop in a normal driving position, and we will check to see if the reference point is lining up.
But you don't do it when you're doing 60 miles an hour.
You don't do it at any speed. And the SE at that point will realise that, okay, you have got the knowledge of the reference point, and you probably say, okay, I've got it now, yeah? But I still think you're a bit flustered about where I'm coming from here, yeah? Are you?
No, I understand what you're saying, and obviously you've got to pick your moments when you do it, but I would say to me, there's a reason why you went over the line, and I call that lack of judgment, if you like, why you went over the line, and that's why I asked you if you had a reference point.
Right, so how did you come at the subject? How did you try and solve my problem to begin with?
By asking about the tram lines,
right?
Yeah.
Did it work?
No, you said you couldn't see.
Yeah, okay, right. So obviously I'm not saying that the tram lines don't work.
It's because the sun was on them and you couldn't see them.
Yeah, but that's just me. That's the SE in role.
Looking for something else.
He doesn't have to accept the first answer you give him, does he?
No.
He's trying to find out what else you've got to help him, yeah? So what was the next one you...
the mirrors, equal distance.
Okay, still didn't work for me, yeah? So then what did you use?
Reference point.
No, you didn't. You said look
well ahead, sorry, yeah.
Okay, you didn't... At that point, you didn't really know if that worked for me or not because we were turning left at the roundabout. And it was after we'd done the left at the roundabout, you jumped in with the reference point, yeah? And how did you phrase the question you asked me? Do
you have a reference point for being left of centre?
And what did I do?
You pointed to that corner.
You asked a question.
That's not left of centre, is it?
No, you asked the question, do I have a reference point for knowing when I'm in my normal road position?
But you went reference point. As soon as I said reference point, you went like that.
No, you said, do I have... If you watch the video back, which I will post tonight, you asked me, do I have a reference point? and you open the door for me to take my tyres out of the basket and go, yeah, it's there. What should you have done?
As you say, pulled you over somewhere.
No. It's probably going to be near the very end of your, because it's phase 2, it's probably going to be very near the end of the test. The examiner is going to know if there's roads available from the pullover, and there might not be roads available to pull over. But if you just say to the SE, Ian, I'd like to find a quiet road where we can stop without holding up any cars behind us, that we can line up a new reference point for you. And once he realises that you are aware that the reference point is there to be used to help solve this problem, he will probably say to you, okay, I've got it now.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, gotcha.
I mean, as I say, it is possible to go with the reference point on the move, as you've probably read in the forum, but you must make sure that you do say before you do that, don't take your hands off the wheel, don't point, have you got a reference point? But even I wouldn't go with that, to be honest with you. I would come at it from the different angle of, if the SE wants the reference point, then he's going to have to take you down a side road. So say, Ian, I'd like to find a quiet road where we can stop and without causing any inconvenience for the road users, line up a new reference point. You're probably going to be on your way back to the test centre where there's not going to be a road possible to do that, so he's going to say, right, thanks very much, he's got it.
But he knows that I know, so...
Yeah, he knows that you've got the reference point, yeah? He knows that reference points are very important.
Well, I won't do that again.
So just to clarify, what was the mistake you made?
Asking you if you had a reference point for left of centre when we're going 60 miles an hour.
No, it wasn't left of centre. From normal
road position.
Normal road position, yeah?
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah? You understand that? Yeah, I mean, obviously I didn't expect you to do that. And because when we done the subject the week last Saturday, you didn't fall into that trap.
No.
I didn't expect you to fall into it today. It's not disastrous.
The more I'm learning, the more things are ticking off in my head, but it's getting him to say it at the right place and right time, and that wasn't the right place and the right time to ask you something like that.
Well, just don't go with the reference points.
Full stop.
For normal driving position on the move, yeah? Any other reference points you give me, whether it be emerging or whether we're to stop me cutting a corner, you're going to give it while I'm stopped, aren't you? Because you're going to get me to come up to the position and say stop here. Now, where does the reference point come in? But the reference point for normal road position, when you asked me, I was just coming off the roundabout, so my speed would have been around about the 25 mile an hour mark.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So was up to that point, I was okay to say, like, you're too far right, what the consequences are, and then talk about tram lines, and I should just left it then.
No, because I pushed you
to know more.
Yeah, I wanted to find out what other tools you had in there to help me out. So I pushed you a bit, and I came up with the excuse that I couldn't see the tram lines because of the sun, or all the roads around where I live are just being tarmacked, and they've got no tram lines on them. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just basically trying to find out what's inside your head, and have you got any other bits to help me? And then you came up with the mirrors, and okay, I didn't really fall in line with them. They are correct, but I'm just trying to find out what else you've got. And then you done the look well ahead, and again, that's a very good one. But I was just, pushing you to see. And if I had been still playing around with it after that, then I would have gone with I'd like to find a quiet road so we can line up the reference point.
Right, okay.
Oh, we pause it there.